Well, good morning. The title for the video for September 25th is Anastasia, Restoring Sanity in an Insane World. And I'm going to post this, by the way, I'm going to post this earlier than I normally do because in this video I'm announcing a meeting that takes place on Sunday evening, and I want to give people a chance to watch it and hopefully come and see me in person and talk about the subject. But anyway, the blurb goes like this. Vladmir Megre wrote 9 books about Anastasia in his Ringing Cedars of Russia series, a bestseller in Russia that has been translated into at least 20 other languages. I have read them all at least twice, and some even more. Anastasia shared her unique outlook on a vast range of subjects as diverse as happiness, co-creation, spirituality, sexuality, child-rearing, healing, gardening, nature and environmental issues, planetary change, and much more. This Sunday evening, starting at 7 p.m., this will be my topic as I present an overview to the Metaphysician Circle group in Melbourne, Florida. I will begin that talk by reminding people what Edgar Cayce, America's sleeping prophet, said twice in his readings. Out of Russia comes the hope of the world. Anastasia herself said, "I exist for those for whom I exist." Those in the local area are invited to join us at Heaven Sent Wellness Institute, 4455 Pinewood Road, off John Rhodes Blvd. It's the second house on the right as the road curves left. Anyway, this is the book we're talking about, the Book of Kin. I have all 9 books, but 8 of them are in storage, and I have no idea where. I fortunately found this one out of the 9. But the titles of the books are Anastasia, The Ringing Cedars of Russia, The Space of Love, Co-Creation, Who Are We? The Book of Kin, which is the one I just held up, The Energy of Life, The New Civilization, and Rites of Love. Those are the titles of the 9 books, although the last 2 are labeled 8A and 8B, but I don't believe there was ever another one written. If there is, I'm not aware of it. In any case, I consider these and the story presented here to be the most powerful thing that I've ever read in my life. No sacred scriptures or anything like that can possibly match the range of topics and the impact they have had on my life and on the lives of many people. There are many KINS domains, that's K-I-N-S, domains in Russia. And the face of Russia is actually transformed where the KINS domains are producing most of the food for Russia, and even it's one of their major exports because they're exporting non-GMO foods because Russia has banned GMOs along with many other countries in the world. The United States, of course, lags far behind because we are still controlled by profiteers that want to reduce the world's population, so they purposely genetically modify food to create more sickness and more income for themselves because everything is based on income, which is how they derive their power, by controlling money. That system, of course, we hope is changing. In any case, I mentioned in the blurb that Edgar Cayce, who was known as America's sleeping prophet, prophesied twice that from Russia, not from the US, but from Russia would come the hope of the world. And I consider that a very apropos quote, and he didn't just do it once, he did it twice in his numerous readings that he gave over, I don't know how many years he was doing the readings, but he would go into a trance and he would basically channel the information, but he was in a trance. He was known as a trance channel. And fantastic information. I've read a bunch of stuff from Edgar Cayce as well. In any case, there is nothing more powerful than what Anastasia wrote. And I'll just read just one little blurb here. And it's her son, her little son, Volodya. He says he rose to his feet, pointing his finger out into space, and he began reading sentences from the chapters of co-creation, which is, of course, one of the titles of one of the books that I said co-creation was number 4. Anyway, the universe itself is a thought from which was born a dream, which is partially visible as matter. And then he quotes what he heard from Spirit. My son, you are infinite. You are eternal. Within you are your dreams of creation. The book basically says that ultimately God is going to work with us to create a positive world. The New World Order, of course, is the negative world. It's the world run by demons, liars, and those that have very ill intent, that live from a place of fear, but they project the opposite. Everything is opposite in the current New World Order, where nothing is what it claims to be on the surface. It's an old world order that keeps regenerating the control mechanisms of the past, where you have a small group of so-called elite controlling the masses and enslaving them. Anastasia was very, very different. As I've said in other videos, her parents, ironically, were struck by lightning but when she was just beginning to walk, a very early toddler, and her grandfather and great-grandfather backed off and watched her and let nature and God raise her. They just did the observation thing. And she played with the animals and slept with bears and wolves and so-called wild animals, but she was not. She was totally fearless. And she established talents, gifts, and abilities far beyond those that most of us even think about or dream about. She was able to do tremendous things because she was fearless. She wasn't enslaved by the normal fears that have been introduced into human culture, where we're afraid of our own shadows in some respect, and we actually live our shadows, and we don't live our true nature because our true nature has been hidden from us. That was one of the things that Anastasia emphasized again and again, that we were created to be much more than what we see and what we believe we are. And we have a tremendous destiny. But of course, that destiny is hidden in our psyches, in our subconscious, and they're trying to create a new race that doesn't have natural things, because that if nature is allowed to take its place and raise us up, we will become more powerful than the controllers that want to dominate the world and enslave humanity. So I invite those of you that are so inclined and live in the local area to come and hear this presentation. I think you'll find it inspirational. There will be the time for discussion, so that you can ask questions, and I will answer as best I can. I don't know it all, but I really hold these books by Vladmir Megre in high esteem, and the story that they tell is amazing. I think on that note, I'm going to draw the string. Again, it's going to be taking place at the Heaven Sent Wellness Center, 4455 Pinewood Road, off John Rhodes Blvd in Melbourne. And it starts at 7 p.m. and is usually over by 8:30 or 8:45, somewhere in that time frame. So if you can make it, please come, and I'm going to post this, as I said, a little bit earlier than usual, so that people have an opportunity to come and hear me if they so choose. Thank you for listening, and namaste.